confidently and of course, unfortunately, inform the global community that the DSS and the zoo have been deliberately denying Mazi Nnamdi Kanu his medical or his medicines or his drugs that he requires on a daily basis in order to put his health condition in check, at least to a manageable level, as long as he is still in the hands of our enemies. Because if, as we have been informed, that for days he has no medicament for his ailment, for days, and we know, some of us who know the medical condition of our leader, we know that he must not, for any reason, be without his medicine or his drugs more than 24 hours. But the DSS, because they have been embodied by the silence, by the silence of the international community, the uninterested actions of the zoo regarding this prison of conscience. The zoo DSS, they have been embodied. Now they can, without anybody questioning them, deny our leader of his medicine, of his drugs, of his medicament. But why I'm starting this very address tonight with this very topic is to make sure, like we said in our land, we will engage Delundi Zoo of Ogo. It is not as if we are, because we know for more than since June or thereabout of 2021 that our leader has been incarcerated. The United Kingdom, of which Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a citizen, we are aware of their where their interest lies. Of course, their interest is not in seeing that their citizen is released from the persecution that the zoo has been persecuting him for this very long time. Notwithstanding the decisions of different courts of judicial competence, courts, high courts, both in Abuja and in Omaha. The zoo have done as they are wont, neglected all the decisions, all the judgments, all the orders of these courts because of their desire to see if they can quench the fire of freedom that is burning in the hearts and minds of Biafrans. Well, like our leader tells them, like our leader has always said, it is Biafra or Biafra or Biafra. There is nothing else that we, the indigenous people of Biafra, are seeking from the zoo except total liberation and total freedom and independence of the Biafran people and of Biafra land. So we are putting the zoo on notice. We are putting them on notice, and we are also putting the international community on notice. The zoo must provide the needed and necessary medication to the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra in the Mazi, and that must be done without further delay. I wouldn't go further than this. I wouldn't go further than this, but I'll leave it at that, because we say that what a man would do, he keeps in his heart and in his mind. Now, flowing from the first issue I touched on, the second issue also has something to do with the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. But before I go on to that, it is very important that I appreciate the hardcore, the committed, the devoted, and dedicated IPOB family members worldwide. Honestly, I do not only commend you, I doff my heart for you, because you have proven within this time of challenges that we have heard. You have proven within this period that we have been buffeted from left, right, center, front, and back by our enemies. You have proven that nothing is more important to you than the safety and freedom of our leader, Mazi, and then the liberty, freedom, and independence of the Biafran nation and its people. You must continue on the path that you have been walking on thus far, because there is no alternative to what we have been doing. There is no alternative to freedom. There is no alternative to liberty. There is no alternative to the coming of Biafra. We are seeking the restoration of our ancient values and systems. And we bless Chukwu for giving us a leader in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who, of course, like he has time without number told us that this restoration project is why he was born. That is the reason he tells us that his father married his mother. And we can see that because no one could have gone through what he has. Very few, let me put it that way, very few, many, infinitesimal few will have gone through what he has gone through if the hand of heaven is not with them and they still remain standing. Therefore, all of us here, all of us, wherever we may be, all over the world, as long as you are an IPOB family member, loyal and dedicated to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the structure he put in place on this restoration project, I want you to continue to supplicate and do your part. Do your part as an individual and do your part as a collective. Collective here means the family of IPOB to which you belong, in whichever country you may be. Do not relent. Do not relent, because many may believe or may think that the challenges that we are facing may look with human eye unsurmountable. The people who think in this direction are probably those who only think and see in the physical. But if you are in the spirit, if you are a man who is guided by the spirit, and if you have joined the struggle in truth and in all honesty, you will know that this battle is not just physical battle, but battle beyond what the physical can see and can imagine. But we are blessed because heaven has ordained that this moment must come and that Biafra must be restored, that we may praise him, that we may worship him, that we may adore his name, and of course use Biafra to hand over to him, as we say in our land, Chuku Weze, so that he will of course continue to rule and lead us as he led the men of old, Ndibo, in the days and days gone by. Remain as steadfast as you have always been, great Biafrans. You may not be hearing our voices as often as you may wish to, but you can be rest assured that the leadership of indigenous people of Biafra, of which the Directorate of State is at the helm of this leadership structure, we are not relenting, and we will not relent. All those who are part of this leadership, we are sacrificing what must be sacrificed, and we are doing what must be done, that we may arrive at our destination and achieve our collective goals, and of course ensure that Onyendu rejoins us sooner than later. Now, I am also addressing this very point to the zoo, their media. Of course, you know, some of them they're almost like they are ahead of hearing, but we must continue to hammer it so that history will bear us witness. And of course, nobody will say that they did not they did not clarify the situation as when necessary. IPOB, the indigenous people of Biafra, led by Mazi has no such position as spokesperson or spokesman. IPOB do not have a position in our leadership structure called spokesperson or spokesman. What IPOB has is media and publicity secretary. And the IPOB Media and Publicity Secretary, which is under the IPOB Media Department, is no other person than Mazi Powerful. Mazi Powerful is our media, if you like, our media secretary or our publicity secretary. He is the only person who has the authority to make statements on behalf of IPOB worldwide and on behalf of the IPOB leadership. Apart from, of course, myself, the head of Directorate, and announcements that may be delegated to other members of Directorate, which they will announce on Radio Biafra London. No other platform. No other platform. In essence, what I'm saying, what I'm trying to put across to the Zulu media, to those who are fronting and projecting individuals for what we already know their agenda is. The message I'm putting across tonight is that the information pertaining to IPOB comes only through two sources. Let me put it this way, two sources or three. The first one is through our media and publicity secretary, Emma Powerful, and which he will write as a press statement and press releases. Then the second is, of course, my humble self, which I will pass that information either through a memo or through a tweet, or like I'm doing tonight on our hallowed platform, Radio Biafra. Now, there may be, and there are occasions where members of Directorate will come on air and on our radio and give and make announcements as they may have been instructed to do. Any other claim to the contrary, any other claim, any other person, or in whatever nomenclature that they may be claiming to be spokesman or spokesperson on behalf of IPOB, apart from what I have now stated, be rest assured that that claim is simply the work of agent provocateurs. And these people, I will borrow from the Lolo Uchechi Okukano. I will call these people as well ectoparasites. And I want to say on a side that Mrs. Uchechi Okukano is a woman imbued with great moral high ground, honor, and value. A great woman indeed. A great woman. A great woman, because they say for every successful man there must be a woman behind that. And Lord Uchechi Okukano has been the bulwark, the strength behind the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. She has gone through this time without number, and she has remained strong. She has remained unwavering. She has remained dedicated to the cause which our leader is at the helm of. She has remained devoted to her family and to her children. And for that reason, I ask Chika to continue to guide her. I ask Okike to continue to protect and preserve her, and to give her the strength to continue to do what she's doing. And of course, be ready to receive the Nukumangu sooner than later, which is Onye Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Yes, Onyabu the Nukumangu. So I am commending our leader's wife for her tenacity and for her courage. Please, madam, I'm sure probably you're not listening, but continue on that part. For you have the back of the IPOB families worldwide. You are well loved by all of them, and we will continue to do what we have to do to ensure that all is well with you and the children until our leader comes out. Now, there is a very troubling situation in Biafra land. This is very troubling because I have tried to think and find a reason why what is happening, but I can't lay my hand on any good reason. What am I talking about here? I guess this is not just new, but the intensity of what the zoo is doing in our land has increased within the past months. And what is that they are doing? Bear in mind that most of the major infrastructure that exists in Biafra land, they were all the handwork of the then Eastern Regional Government, led by the humble and charismatic Chief Michael Obara at that time. This man ensured that the Eastern region economy was growing faster than any other economy as at that time in Africa and some parts of the world. And his government, Michael Obara's government, ensured that railway infrastructure that they were put in place from Enugu to Port Harcourt to Aba, Umuahia, just name it. The ones I can remember. But they built railway connecting cities to cities. The Nigerian government never built any railway in our land, but what they are doing as we speak is that they have been dismantling all the railway infrastructure in our land, in Biafra land. They have been dismantling the rail lines, giving the Chinese the go-ahead to uproot all these rail lines in our land and take them to heaven knows where. They are stripping our land naked, as simply put, naked from every aspect of rail travel. You have the one they called what's his name? Amechi. What is his name again? Amechi, of course, transport minister. This man has built railway from I don't know whether from Lagos, Abuja to Niger Republic, but his own region, he has not built anything, and he must be aware. He must be aware that the lines that already exist that they did not put in place are being dismantled and cutted away. They are being dismantled and cutted away. And you will ask yourself, why this thing is going on. Does it mean there are no governors in these areas? No politicians, no senators, no House of Reps, no traditional rulers, no elders, no church leaders. And I think with the exception of one church leader that made a statement, I believe last week or thereabout, it has been quiet, resounding very loud quietness regarding this evil that is going on. It is not only that they are dismantling and removing these rail lines, to whether they are using to build another rail line to heaven knows where. I wouldn't be able to tell you, but they have no arrangement to. It's not as if they are removing these old ones to put a new one. No, because when you go to the places where these rail lines were before, they are already overgrown with weeds, with grasses, and some places cars are already plying in those areas. So the economic emasculation that they started in 1970, they are not done with it. They were not happy with the result of that attempt to completely and economically destroy the Biafran people and Biafran land. 50 years and on, they have seen that we are truly a special breed blessed by Chika. So they want to now strip the land of every vestiges of rail connection. The ports are not working. The roads are not, they are death traps, if I'll put it that way. No airports and nothing. And people will still be running around and talking about one useless selection process or the other. Those who are elders and politicians that love to be called elders, love to be called leaders, love to be called politicians of Igbo extraction, of Biafra extraction. They are aware and they see these things, these evils, and it does not matter to them. That is why Chika has made it possible for Mazi and Kano to be born, and for him to carry this onerous task of making sure that we are emancipated physically, spiritually, culturally, religiously, economically, and politically, and socially, of course. This is what this movement of the digital people of Biafra is all about. It is not just that we want to exit from the zoo. Sure, of course, that is non-negotiable. But above all, the exiting, physically exiting from the zoo, we must also ensure that that we are also not mentally, we do not continue to be in mental slavery after we have physically removed and extricated ourselves from the Zoological Republic of Nigeria. They are not only taking away the infrastructure, they are destroying the livelihoods of Biafrans. They are destroying their homes, their properties. From Izombe to Ohafia, from Ohafia to our mama, from our mama to Mbidi, and name it. The Nigerian security apparatus, they came to a land for one single objective and one single purpose. Kill as many as you can on the spot. Destroy as much property as you can on the spot. Render homeless as much people as you can on the spot, and then kidnap as many youths as you can for organ harvesting. Are you guys following? This is what is happening to a race, a very proud race. And when we say that we have no elders, when we say we have no leaders, people will begin to wonder, they will be pointing at old people for us or to us, and then telling us, are these people not your elders and your leaders? It is not by your age that you can claim to be an elder. It is also not by your age that you can claim to be a leader. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I can't even remember any leader from the whole old eastern region that has as much that is much loved as he is loved by the people. The people, because he pursues their interests. He speaks for them. He sleeps and thinks about them. All his being is how to make his people to live a life of dignity and honor. So, if you do not know it now, that all of those young men and women, most of them, those we are not aware of, because once we are aware of it, we will allow the people, we will allow the world, and then somehow it makes a difference. I put it this way. But there are thousands and thousands and thousands of Biafran youths and Biafran men and women that have been forcefully disappeared, kidnapped, especially by the Nigerian police, the DSS, the Nigerian army. And these people are kidnapped by specialized squad or squads of these security agencies. We can remember the Abakiari squad. That group that the IG of police put in place, that he called, what did he call it? Something to do with intelligence and whatever. These are murderers. These are organ harvesters. These are killers. Their only term of reference is to kidnap Biafran people, harvest their liver, their kidney, or whichever organ that may be in need or may be demanded, and then waste that person after they have taken the organ that they needed. So we are taking records. That be rest assured. We are taking records of all the missing people, and the zoo, whether they like it or not. Even after Biafra has come, those who were responsible for the killing of the Biafran youths, Biafran men and women, Biafran children, you shall be called to account. You must be called to account. So I am now telling our people at this very period that they are, the Christians are celebrating their commercialized Christmas. I want people to be at alert, to be very, very at alert, those of you at home. And make sure you are aware of the environment, and whatever you may see that doesn't belong to where you reside, don't hesitate to raise the alarm and bring it to the attention of the indigenous people of Biafra worldwide. We have our inquiry lines, and we have also, we have about three inquiry lines. One made for the head of directorate, and then there's another one where you can report issues that our security department have access to. So use those lines and make sure you inform the leadership where you see things amiss, for us to do what is needed and what is necessary. I want to call upon Biafran people tonight to go back to the land. Go back to the land. What am I saying? What do I mean by going back to the land? There must be, in fact, the arrangements must start in earnest, so that the next farming season, youths must not be idle for any reason. They shall and they must return to the farms, because most of our farms are now secured. Most of our forests, most of our farmlands and bushes are secured by the effervescent and indefatigable Eastern Security Network. So we must embark upon a farming revolution in order for us to secure not only our food security, but as well to ensure that our the national security of the Biafran people is not jeopardized by over-dependence on food importation from those who hate us and those who do not love us, those who do not wish us well, those who will not even bat an eyelid if they have the opportunity to poison all the foods that they are sending down to our land. We must not allow this situation to continue, and that is the reason why I am calling upon the Biafran youths. Listen, farming in Europe is not only Europe, even in Asia, in South America or North America, in Australia, just name it. Farming is a lucrative business, very lucrative. And not only that, it is lucrative, it is an area that the government has very, very great interest, and they protect farmers with laws and rules and regulations. And I'm telling Biafran people tonight that as the Western world protect their farmers, so shall the Biafran nation protect our own farmers, and to ensure that we will not lack those things that our land can easily produce. We will not lack those things that our youths and our people can easily produce, and with that, reduce our dependence on foreigners for whether they are our friends or not. But we must reduce our dependence on imported foodstuffs. So please, from tonight, people must begin this arrangement. We started this with the animal husbandry policy. We know things have turned out exceedingly positive. We have not gotten where we want to be. That's to be very honest. But we have achieved within very short period of time what in fact for decades back was unimaginable. But it's not by our own power, I hasten to add. It is not by our own, by who we are, what we do. No, it is first and foremost by the grace that Okike has given us, the strength and the life that he has given to us, and the good health that he has given to us, and of course the wisdom that he imparts on us and our leader, and that propels us to bring out these policies that are tailored exclusively for the benefit of the Biafran people. And that is what our people must understand. Every policy of the indigenous people of Biafra, every of our action, what we look up to is that, or the question we ask ourselves is, how will that benefit the Biafran people? How will that benefit our people? And once it is beneficial to our people, once it will add value to their lives, we do not mind the cost. We always pursue those policies and those actions for the benefit of Biafran people. Now, there is also something that I need to say tonight. You know, people, those who do not know will not know, but I can tell you a little bit. Mazi Kano, I will not stop, I will never stop, of course I will never stop talking about him, because there are many of us that we owe so much to him because we listen to him. Now, many of you may have heard from South, they will say government in exile. From the East, they will say government in exile. From the North and the West, they will say government in exile. Whether in Biafra land or in the diaspora, it's almost like the in thing now is government in exile. Now listen, great Biafran people, and of course lovers of freedom, friends and well-wishers of the indigenous people of Biafra. There is nothing like government in exile as far as IPOB is concerned. We have not formed any government in exile, and we are not going to form any government in exile. Do you know why? All these mushroom governments in exile, let me tell you honestly and now, these are being propped up by neo-colonialists. They know that Biafra is coming. They cannot stop Biafra because it is not by, we are fighting for Biafra not by our power, not by our strength, but by the grace and mercy and power of Chukwu, and of course, by the guidance of our ancestors and the spirits that guide and protect Biafra land. The enemy know that Biafra is coming. Now what they are doing, they are setting up mushroom government in exile here and there. These individuals, they do not know from Adam anything concerning this struggle, or concerning any struggle for that matter. Not to talk about the Biafran restoration struggle. But you will see how agent provocateurs do, how they act. They do not act on their own. They do not have the method. They do not have the power. They are people who are being prodded and projected by a power behind. And this power behind, their interest of prodding or projecting or encouraging these agent provocateurs is not for your own interest. It is for their interest and for your own destruction. So these governments in exile, I am saying this now on this very platform tonight. Do not involve IPOB in anything that you call governance. Are you mad? In fact, I am you. Our leader, they already started to place our leader in the background. That is, they are almost already trying to forget the Biafra. When you see some of the insulting flyers and whatever information they bring out, your leader is in the hands of the enemy. What concerns you most is how to put up a government in exile. Who does that kind of thing? That will only tell you one thing. It tells you one thing, that these people are working for our enemies. I say it unequivocally and without mentioning words. Any man or woman that are behind these nonsensical government in exile is not about, you have not succeeded in securing your land, and you are talking about the mat that you're going to put, you're going to lie or spread on the floor, but you don't have the land already. Is that not nonsense? So, IPOB family members worldwide, distance yourself from all these shenanigans concerning government in exile. Friends and lovers of Biafra Restoration Project, friends and lovers of IPOB, please distance yourself. Distance yourself from all these mushroom governments in exile, because they are not for our interest. We know who are prodding them. We know the secret some of these secret intelligence agencies around the world that are sponsoring them. And we cannot, and we will, of course, not fall for that nonsense. We will not fall for that nonsense. Now, there is also a very topical issue that is going on, especially on social media. The indigenous people of Biafra, led by Mazi has only one objective: the restoration of Biafra. We are not in any manner, we are not a pressure group in the zoo that will pressure, that will exert some pressure in order to gain an advantage. No. We are not a political party that will get involved in a zoo political selection process. No. We are a freedom fighting movement, and we have no interest whatsoever in the Zoological Republic of Nigerian selection process. Therefore, why am I saying this? When people come out and say no election in Biafra land, people are entitled to their own opinions, individual opinions. They must not attribute their opinions to the IPOB leadership or IPOB policy, or attribute their opinions as an IPOB policy. They must not. And the media, you people are agents of devil and Satan himself. You are only looking for something that you're going to hold on to and say that Martin Namdekanu did that, or IPOB and ESN did this. We will continue to tell you, because we are making sure that our positions are on record, both locally and internationally. We have nothing to do with the zoo political selection or election, whatever they call it. And therefore, if we have a position, if we have anything to do, or we have an opinion, or we have something to say about it, you will hear us through our press release or hear it announced on our platform, our hallowed platform, the Radio Biafra. When individuals make their own opinion, please do not attribute their opinions to IPOB. I am speaking here tonight as the head of Directorate of State of the Indigenous People of Biafra. Nobody will know more than myself on this matter. And I'm speaking with authority. Yeah, we have nothing, and people must stop attributing their individual private views as IPOB opinion or view. And therefore, I hope that the media will take note of this. The media must take note of this and properly and redirect themselves. A very disturbing issue that I'm going to deal with now is the issue concerning the crimes and nefarious activities of criminals in Biafra land. You people must know, and I'm speaking again as the head of Directorate tonight, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, did not send anybody, did not commission anyone, did not discuss with anyone or even advise anybody to commit crime in Biafra land. Anyone, therefore, who may be using Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's name to commit all these atrocities in our land, I call you again the agent provocateur, because the zoo do not have anything against our leader. The zoo have nothing against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He is exercising his inalienable right of freedom of association, freedom of speech, and the freedom to desire what is good for him and for his people. They know that he is working in accordance with accepted international norms and universally declared UN, African Union charters and the rest of it. Now what they are instigating in our land is they have brought these agent provocateurs, those who said, IPOB must act to show that we are I don't know, to show that we are not happy with the zoo. But they forget that that is a power and chopper. He never will reveal all that he has seen while climbing or while on top of the palm tree. And he will never do that. So therefore, IPOB can never come here on air and tell the world all that we are doing as it concerns our struggle and as it concerns the freedom of our leader and of our people and our land. That we cannot do. But I'm letting the world know, and I'm letting Biafrans know, that every one of these individuals that have been contributing or making fundraising here and there, from North America to wherever, and they channel these funds to those who have been expelled from IPOB. They are giving these funds because they want to commit crimes in our land and then attribute those crimes to IPOB and see if they can find a reason to continue to hold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If you are therefore one of those who are committing crime in our land, and you will come out, excuse me, and you come out and try and say or deceive anybody that you are fighting for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, let it be known to you tonight that you are a criminal and you have no place, not in IPOB, not in Biafra land, and you have no reason, no place even to use your criminality, saying you're working or pursuing for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because Nnamdi Kanu did not send you. You are only providing, you are only working as you were, as you were recruited to work. You are only trying to provide the evidence that the zoo is looking for in order for them to continue their persecution and torture of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. You must desist. You must desist forthwith. From tonight, those of you who are the sponsors of these criminals, you must desist. If you do not desist, first of all, I will shame you. I will call your name, like they say. How did they put it? Call and shame and or whatever. Your name will be mentioned. If you do not desist, those of you, because we have your records and we know you, you may be trying to, trying to see who you can deceive as if you are working for IPOB. We will call your name that you are those sponsoring the criminals in our land, and therefore, invariably, you do not wish the coming out of our leader. You want him to continue to be tortured, to continue to be prosecuted and persecuted and held illegally in detention, despite the ruling of several courts that he must be released. Not only that, I will call your name on air. What you see, you take. What you see, you will take, because we will ask the spirits of our ancestors to take the appropriate and the proper position and take the appropriate action against all these people that have desecrated our land, continue to desecrate our land, continue to maim and kill, murder, cause all this havoc in our land. That's why I've said tonight, you need to reject all that you are being recruited to do, and go back to the land, and be useful to yourself and to those around you by engaging in the farming revolution that is about to be embarked upon in Biafra land. If you do not want to hear, well, we know what they say with the ear that refuses not to hear. When the head is chopped off, the ear as well goes with it. A word is enough for the wise on this very matter. those who may be close to our leader, I also want to stop instigating in our land. At the end of it will not on my the canoes here. Those who believe that they are the ones who go around calling names tonight, but you have a very short window of opportunity to retrace your steps and make a change. Otherwise, my next broadcast, I will name and shame all of you. And after I have done that, I will also hand you over to the spirits of our land. If what you see with them, then you will take. What you see with them, you will take. Coordinators all over the world, whether you are in Biafra land or in the diaspora, you do not have any business whatsoever with the men on the ground. If you are a unit coordinator, you are a zonal coordinator, you are a state coordinator, or a country coordinator, or you are a regional coordinator or a continental rep, you have no business with our operatives on the ground, the Eastern Security Network, because we have a security department as we have our other departments, and these departments are working in accordance with what instructions have been given to them. Therefore, do not try and contact our commanders on the ground. If you have anything, you have any desire, it touched you one way or the other to support our men on the ground, please go to your continental rep, who will then do what? Forward appropriately what you want to assist the men on the ground with. You forward that to the appropriate department or the appropriate quarters. Any coordinator from tonight that neglects or in any way does not heed this very instruction tonight, you have yourself to blame, because it is the unsolicited communications of many of you, not coordinators I'm talking about now, but some coordinators and some people who are in the diaspora. It was or it is because of the unsolicited communication that you have heard with some of our authorities that derailed many of them. And instead of them to concentrate on the work that is set before them, their objective became what? Money. They became obsessed with money. And you know, once you once you focus on money, you will of course go down quicker than you can imagine. We know why this movement has been able to withstand every arsenal that the enemy, the Zulu, has been throwing at us. We know why this movement has, in fact, stood the test of time, despite challenges that many people believed that this would be the death knell on the IPOB movement. We know why. It is because Mazi thought us well. And the leadership he has is a disciplined crop of men and women. Very disciplined individuals that we are not concerned about making it's not about us. Let me put it this way: it is about our people, and that is the core foundation of this movement. That is what Biafra is that we are pursuing. This is what it's going to be, and it is all about the people of Biafra. It's why Oyendu has made so much sacrifices for the benefit of the Biafran people. Is why he has continued to suffer. He has continued to be tortured. He has continued to deny himself every comfort. It is for the benefit and for the well-being and good of our people. And the leadership that he has put in place, we are following that footstep that he has laid for us. And we are certain, very certain, very, very certain that he will soon be part of this family and continue from where he stopped to lead us into a free, sovereign, and independent Biafran nation. Coordinators, please desist. Whether I will not repeat this message tonight that I'm making tonight. I will not repeat it. You will only hear action from us. If you're a coordinator and you leave your own area of jurisdiction, your own area of concern, your own duty and responsibility, and meddle into the issue that does not concern you as it pertains to our operatives on the ground, then you will not be happy what will happen from or what result we follow that meddlesomeness or interference with our operatives on the ground. And finally, Biafrans all over the world and coordinators all over the world, all countries where all countries where we have families. It does not matter how many you are there. You may be two, you may be one. As long as we have IPOB family in the country where you are, recognize IPOB family by leadership. You get prepared, because we are going to do what we usually do in order to make sure that we do not fall prey to money bags and those who desire to come into this very struggle and believe that they will use money to trail us. That is why at the beginning, I know the discussion we had in 2014, 2015, when there were many suggestions about how this movement can run, and run, with the needed financial muscle. We rejected. In fact, let me not just say we. Oyendu, of course, many of us then, we had our views and which tallied with his own. Oyendu rejected all the suggestions made because he know our people. If you in any way focus on money when you are pursuing a specific project or an assignment, then be rest assured that that project or assignment will be stillborn. In fact, it will be derailed. Therefore, it became our core principle that IPOB is self-financed, and we have remained self-financed from the beginning, and we will remain so until Biafra comes. That is why when we speak with boldness and we speak with authority, because there's no politician that will tell you I know Mazi Edoziem, or I called Mazi Edoziem. I challenged them. They cannot make, because we do not need politicians to come and corrupt this hallowed movement or hallowed objective that we are pursuing. So, my dear great Biafran people all over the world, yes, we have been doing that. Is the reason why I started with commendation, because Asna, when you praise a man for what he has done before, he will have the mind to do more. You are all great men and women. You are indeed all great men and women, because it is from your ideas, your time, your intellect, and your finances that, of course, added on top of that is the grace of Chukwu. That is why we are where we are today. And I want to call upon you all tonight to be ready. All of us, we will be having end of year meetings in every country, and that meeting we will you get the details from your continental reps, please. I will leave it at this, but I am mentioning so that when your continental reps will now give you the instructions, you will not be wondering where is this coming from. So you have heard it on our hallowed platform, Radio Biafra, and from no other person than myself, Mazi Chika Edoziem. Be ready for, we will do what we have to do in order to continue to ensure that we are marching ahead to our promised land, which is Biafra. Biafra for us is not just a name. Biafra for us is not just our heritage. Honorary tax that he has given him, may he continue to guide him, preserve him, protect him, strengthen him, and give him wisdom. And all of you, of course, may Chukwu Okike continue as well to preserve and protect all of you as we continue in this very march to our freedom. We must not stop in praying and in supplicating to heaven, to Chukwu, to our ancestors, and to the spirits of our land, that they must continue to guide our leader. They must continue to protect and preserve him. And they must, without further delay, show themselves for who they are, and ensure that our leader rejoins us and that he continues and marching us to our promised land, which is a free, independent, and sovereign Biafra nation. From me tonight, I want to say good night and remain blessed. Thank you so much.
Land of the rising sun, we love and cherish, beloved homeland of our brave heroes. our hearts from all our faults. But if the price is death for all we hold dear, then let us die without a shred of fear. Hell to Biafra, consecrated nation. Oh Fatherland, this be our solemn pledge. Defending thee shall be our dedication, spilling our blood will count our privilege. The waving standard which emboldened thee free shall always be our flag of liberty.